How's it going, everybody? This is RBT coming at you with my Friday questions and answers, episode 26. And before I get started, as always, leave a question in the comment section below, and I will answer it next week's episode, which will be episode 27. And I have a lot of questions, so I need to get started. But I do want to apologize for the lack of uploads, which really isn't really a lack of uploads, but for me, it is. And I've just been very tired lately, very busy. I've been having very bad chest pains, and that's not really an excuse, but I just telling you. And I'll be trying to make as many videos as I can. And once I get done with this little batch of videos, I'll be taking a big break, but I'll still be uploading videos during that break. But it's not going to be. You'll see what it is. I'll explain later. But let's get started here. First question from Leo Smith asks, do you know what Instagram is? If so, do you have one? Yes, I know what Instagram is, but I don't have it. I have a Twitter, but I don't have an Instagram. And if you want to know what my Twitter account is, it's in just about every single description of one of my videos. It'll be in the description of this video too, along with my Facebook fan page. So go check that out. Also, Leo Smith asked, do you hunt? Nope. It's probably as hard as it is to believe. I'm from Alabama. I've never gone hunting in my life, honestly. My dad's just not that type of person, so I've never really grown up on hunting stuff. I fish a ton, but I've never gone hunting. Leo Smith, who do you think has the hardest schedule this year? I saw this question beforehand, and I didn't really know, so I looked around, and I forgot about Tennessee. Their schedule, I didn't really research that much, but one schedule that did jump out at me was Tennessee. They have a really, really hard schedule. I'm not sure if it's the hardest in the country because, like I said, I didn't look around that much. Tennessee, they have to play Oregon. Let me tell you, they play at Oregon, at Florida, at Alabama. They also have to play Georgia, South Carolina, Missouri, Auburn, and they get Vanderbilt at home and play at Kentucky. And even they play Western Kentucky, who's actually a pretty good dang team. So that's their easiest game is going to be Austin Peay, and they play South Alabama, which very well may be the school that I attend next year. So that'll be actually pretty cool. But anyways, they really don't have an easy game on the schedule aside from Austin Peay, and South Alabama should be an easy win for them. And Western Kentucky, like I said, I won't be surprised if Western Kentucky beats Tennessee next year. But Tennessee, they have a very hard schedule, and I think Butch Jones' first year will be very, very rough because of that hard schedule. B Rich 93 says, we all know you're a big football fan, but have you ever tried watching other contact sports like MMA or boxing? Yeah, I have. I'm not really too much into it. The only sports I really like is baseball and football. I'll watch the FIFA World Cup. I'll watch a little bit of college basketball, a little bit of NBA, but that's about it really. I don't really like. Well, I kind of like UFC, but I don't watch it too often. Brendan Cool asks, if you were in need of a defensive tackle in this NFL draft, who would you choose? Jesse Williams, John Jenkins, Jonathan Hankins, Sharif Floyd, Star Lotulelei, or Sheldon Richardson? No doubt in my mind, Star Lotulelei, he's an absolute beast. He's a exact replica of Haloti Ngata of the Baltimore Ravens. He's just going to be a killer in the league, I believe so. He might even be the first overall pick, so it's definitely Star Lotulelei. Sura, ask, do you think Jim Harbaugh is the greatest coach in the NFL right now? If not, then who? I don't know. I mean, Jim Harbaugh is the coach of the 49ers, and I think you meant to ask John Harbaugh. Wait, I'm confused. I'm very, very confused right now. I am having a little brain fart here. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was kind of confused there. I think you mean John Harbaugh, because Jim Harbaugh is the coach of the 49ers who lost in the Super Bowl. But John Harbaugh, definitely I could see the case for it. He's made the playoffs ever since he's been the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens, even though he's had great defense and great leadership on the team ever since he's been there. But I could see a big case for that. But I'm not sure, sir. If you're actually asking for Jim Harbaugh, I wouldn't say Jim Harbaugh is top 5 really. And the best coach, John Harbaugh is definitely up there. And maybe Bill Belichick. I don't know. But he's definitely way up there. I don't know. I couldn't name a the greatest coach off my mind. I'd have to think about that one. But John Harbaugh's definitely up there. Jim Harbaugh, not so much. Antonio Rhodes, RBT. When are you going to talk about Louisville's new talent? Check them out. I know Louisville's going to be a great team, and hopefully you'll be watching whenever I release my top 25 preseason poll, which should be coming out hopefully in the next few weeks. That's part of my new batch of videos I'm going to be doing for previews of next year. And Louisville, they're going to be a heck of a team, man. If they can go undefeated and every other team has one loss, they'll be in the national championship game because they're going to be ranked top 10 preseason, and they're going to be very good. Don't lose too many guys. They bring back most of their offense. I think 10 players out of 11 on the defense. I think they returned. I think they only lost 4 of their the players on offense, and they're really the only one that mattered was Teddy Bridgewater because the guy's absolutely amazing. But most of the receivers come back. The running back comes back. I think they lose a few guys off the line and their tight end, but Louisville's gonna be one heck of a team. And okay. Moving on, Star 11079 asks, who will have the best defense and offense in NCAA football next year? Also, who will have the best dual threat quarterback aside from Johnny Manziel, NCAA or NFL? Best defense next year? Man, that's kind of wide open because you have so many teams that you would think would have the best defense, but they're losing a lot of guys. I mean, I think Notre Dame, statistical wise, will be up there. Of course, Alabama will be up there. LSU came off the top of my head, but man, they lose too many people. I think they're going to still have a good defense. So under Les Miles, LSU is the talent they get out of Baton Rouge. They'll always have a good defense, but they lose way too many guys to be a top 10 defense, I believe, next year. But let's see. Defense, let's go. Hate to be a homer, but I do think Alabama will have the best defense in the country next year. And best offense, maybe a team like Oregon. Maybe Georgia. They turn Aaron Murray and Todd Gurley and they're the running back. So I don't know. I'll go Oregon maybe. Even with the loss of Chip Kelly, that the way that they're still running the same exact offense, they promoted the offensive coordinator to head coach, so they should still have a great offense. Even though they lost Kenyon Barr, they do bring back Anthony Thomas and Marcus Mariota, so they should be fine. They should be a really good offense next year. And maybe like I mentioned before, Louisville, because Teddy Bridgewater. Oh yeah, I forget. Texas A&M obviously will be up there. And Louisville, I'm telling you guys, Teddy Bridgewater is the real deal. I believe, I've talked with many people about this. He really, really reminds me of Tom Brady. He is very, very good. And also, who will have the best dual threat quarterback aside from Johnny Manziel? I'm not sure if you really consider Teddy Bridgewater a dual threat quarterback because he can run the ball, but he doesn't really run the ball unless he really has to. But let's see, Braxton Miller, which Marcus Mariota obviously, and Jordan Lynch will be back for Northern Illinois, and not too many others come to mind, but those 3 that come off the top of my head that will be very good. Moving on, Monkey48104 asks, do you think the Steelers will go to the playoffs next season? Very, very easily they could. I mean, as long as they have Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback, they're gonna they'll have a chance. I mean, they need to add some threats in the outside, on the outside with some new wide receivers because they really lack productivity from the wide receiver position. And I think they'll go with either wide receiver or tight end in the first round, probably a wide receiver, and probably sign a few guys. And if they can get some threats on the outside and add a few pieces of that defense, they should definitely contend and possibly make the playoffs. So it's a good chance. Alton Clanton asked, what college team do you think will have the toughest schedule? I think I already answered this. Somebody asked that before, but like I said, I haven't looked at everybody's schedule, but basing on what I've seen so far, Tennessee, like I said, at Oregon, at Florida, at Alabama, that's brutal right there. Gumball85 asks, what are your plans for tonight? I'm not sure if you're asking for that night or for this night, but for my plans for tonight, actually last Friday I went to a wedding, and this Friday tonight I am going over to my girlfriend's house later, and I'm gonna watch the third episode of Touch, which is my favorite TV show. So if you haven't watched Touch, go watch it. The first season's on Netflix, and somehow you have to watch the first 2 episodes, which were all together on the premiere. But that's the best show on TV, I believe, and you really need to go watch that. Also, Gobble85 asks, and RBT, I know you like Louisville, smiley face. I see you, I see the Cardinal Nation inside of you, bro. Can they please be your second favorite team? I don't really like having a second favorite team, because I mean, I think from my perspective, you have to have one favorite team, and that's it. I mean, if you have a second favorite team, I mean, yeah, I'll pull for a team like Louisville. I have a lot of teams that I actually pull for, but I don't have a second favorite team, because that just leads you to awkward situations, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to me. I mean, like, what if you had a favorite second team and they played each other in the national championship? That'd be that's just weird. And I mean, I like teams like Louisville. I just don't have a second favorite team. I have Alabama. That's it, and that'll be it for the rest of my life. But yeah, I pull for a bunch of teams out there for different reasons, but I don't have a second favorite team. I don't plan on having a second favorite team. The Hen 1998 asks, it might be too early, but do you have any Super Bowl 48 predictions? I think somebody was asking me this last week. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to judge because it's pre-draft, pre-free agent signings. But if I had to pick 2 teams, I'd go with Seattle out of the NFC, and then AFC. Let's go with I forget who I said last week, but I remember Seattle. Because Seattle believes going to be really good next year. And man, this is hard. Let's go Seattle and New England next year. That'd be a fun Super Bowl. And what kind of PVR do you have? I have the HD PVR 2. I used to have the HD PVR regular, and I wish I still had that because I do not like this HD PVR 2. But had something wrong with the component cables coming from my Xbox to my PVR, and that was screwing up my TV, and it kept going black, and you couldn't play on it. So I didn't ask for the PVR2, but I got it for Christmas because I think I was talking to my dad about how it was messing up. So I guess he wanted to surprise me with it, and I actually sold the HD PVR to one of my friends. And the PVR2, I mean, it has better quality and everything, but first of all, the program that you have to record it with is very, very laggy. You can't watch Netflix because the thing with the component cable is the PVR2, it comes straight from HDMI to your TV, laptop, whatever, and you can't watch movies or Netflix on there because there's a protection thing on the cord that I guess they just have it in case somebody doesn't record the TV shows on the PVR. You could do that because it came from component cable, so it's like it was a regular Xbox being plugged in from a USB, and that's a con from it. And then when you record an MP4, like if I play a football game and record the whole game, it's about 40 minutes, and with a regular PVR, that is a big file, and when you go to import it in the Sony Vegas to edit it and everything, it'd probably take about a minute, 2 minutes to actually import it to where it's you're able to edit it. But with this, something's wrong with the file type, and it takes about 3 or 4 hours to actually input it to the timeline, and it really lags when you try to edit it, and it's really uneditable. And then when you record in M2TS, which is a file type for PS3, and that's what I used to record in on my HD PVR. I mean, it's not just for PS3, but that's what it's made for, but it's smaller file size and a bunch of different things, and it'll be no problem. But when you record in M2TS, and you put it in the Sony Vegas, the sound is not there. The sound is just completely gone, and that's what I have to record in because the PVR, I'm not going to sit there and wait 4 hours for it to import into my timeline to record an MP4. So it is very annoying, and I got to figure out what to do because whenever the new NCAA comes out, the demo and everything, and I want to cover some games, I'll have to edit them really, really fast to get my content out of here, and I got to figure out something to do. But for people that make videos like me, stick with the PVR. Might not be as good quality, but nothing will beat the regular old PVR unless they can somehow fix the problems with that. Razorback 1995 asks, who do you think will get the cover of NCAA Football 14? I'm hoping Eddie Lacy, and he very well may because he's in the lead. But if it's somebody other than Eddie Lacy, I think it's going to be Denard Robinson, and I could see why, because he's the ideal image icon of college football. Just the way a player he is, the style of play that he put out on the field. So if it's not either Eddie Lacy or Denard Robinson. Razorback 1995 asks, what kind of people piss you off beside he messed up, with holes on here that don't respect your opinion. Let's see. I'm not sure if you're talking about people on YouTube or in real life. Let's stick with YouTube. People who have a really big following and fan base on YouTube, and they treat them like they're. I mean, you're a YouTuber. Yeah, you might be a fan of a person that's a YouTuber, but you're not any. I'm not any better than any of you guys. I'm just a person making videos that wants to put my face and talk about what I want to talk about and share my opinion. And I'm not gonna treat you any different. I'm gonna treat you like you're one of my friends. I'm just gonna respect your opinion, not treat you badly or nothing. And some people, they let it get to their head, and that's so annoying. And there's no reason. I mean, if I see somebody, if they trash somebody in the comments, that like the uploader, because somebody's acting like they're such a big fan. If they saw them in real life, that wouldn't be the case. They'd be scared to say something like that to their face. And no, that's not what I'm about. I like interacting with all you guys, and that's why I do videos like these. So that's something that kind of makes me mad. In real life, ignorant people, there's so many things in life that makes me mad. People who do things just to try to impress people, that really makes me mad. People that are fake makes me mad, and I could go on forever on that question, but I'll leave it there. Razorback 1995 also asked, do you watch The Walking Dead? No, I do not. The only TV show I really watch closely is, like I said, Touch, and it's a really cool show. It's about a boy with autism. Well, I guess it's autism, and it's really neat, and you know, watch that. And I do watch a little bit of Duck Dynasty because that show's hilarious. But no, I don't watch The Walking Dead. New York Knicks Fly High asked two of the most random questions, and I give you props for that. That's awesome. He asked, "Do you eat fish sticks? ... And do you think the Titans will make the playoffs?" No, I don't eat fish sticks. I think they're nasty. And do you think the Titans will make the playoffs? Man, I hope to God they do. But there's a few more pieces that we need to add to the puzzle to make the playoffs. I mean, we have the talent to, but we're so young. Our defense isn't where it needs to be, and I mean, if we can make some free agent signings and draft the right people, we possibly could. But for us to make the playoffs next year, I think Jake Locker is gonna have to make a huge step forward. And I believe, honestly, if he doesn't really improve, I'm just hoping as a fan that the struggles last season was because of his shoulder, and I hope to God they were, because he has all the potential in the world. But next year, he continues the same trend, and it doesn't look like it's getting better. I think we may need to go another route, because we really need a good quarterback to play efficiently, consistent, and so on and so forth. And last year's play, I mean, I've been a big fan of Jake Locker, but we need a better play last year from the quarterback position than what he gave us to actually make the playoffs. So, and I'm hoping that it's just because of his shoulder, but well, I mean, we'll see. So the answer to that question, honestly, is no, unless Jake Locker has a good year. Drew and Caitlin ask a very, very good question. Who will start at QB for Alabama when Adrian McCarron leaves? Man, there's so many guys that's going to be competing for the job next year. We have whoever's going to be signing from next class, the 2014 class. Whoever they'll be have not really a good shot at the job because they'll be a true freshman. But whoever that is could be one or two guys. Then you have Blake Sims, who's the backup now, the very fast guy. He does need to improve his throwing though. Alec Morris, I honestly believe he really reminds me of Ben Roethlisberger the way he plays. He's very good. Cooper Bateman, Philip Ely, who's I guess he'll be a junior when AJ leaves. Philip Ely, let's start over. Whatever freshmen's, whatever quarterback signed for this class, Alec Morris, Philip Ely, Blake Sims. I think I already said Cooper Bateman, and no, I didn't. I already said Cooper Bateman. Parker McLeod, who signed for this year's class, as did Cooper Bateman, and then Luke Del Rio, who was the quarterback who was committed to Oklahoma State, had offers to Oklahoma State and a bunch of West Virginia, I believe. I might be wrong, but a bunch of really good colleges, and he decided to walk on in Alabama. He's the son of former Jacksonville Jaguars head coach Jack Del Rio, who is now the D coordinator for the Denver Broncos now, I believe. But he's a very good quarterback, and he chose to walk on at Alabama aside from getting a scholarship. So he's paying his own way, so it doesn't count towards the scholarship total. But he's a very good quarterback, and he definitely could contend for that starting job. So I believe whoever starts out of this group after AJ leaves will be a very, very good quarterback, because all these guys are very talented. And out of all the quarterbacks there so far, Luke Del Rio seems like he's mature beyond his years. I mean, just listening to his interviews, reading his quotes and interviews and everything, he seems very mature. And that's a really big part of being a quarterback, is being mature and setting an example for the players around you. So I could see a guy like Luke Del Rio, but I honestly haven't seen any film on him. But from what I've heard, he's good. But if I had to make a prediction, I would say Alec Morris, because he's very good. Drew and Caitlin also ask, who do you think will start for Auburn at QB and our running back next year? Will they have a chance of making a bowl game? I don't think they'll have a chance of making a bowl game. It's just too much has happened, and I think they need to have a big turnaround to make a bowl game. And like you said, that'll be a big part of the productivity from the quarterback and running back position. And quarterback, man, I really don't think Jeremy Johnson will start right away. I think Jonathan Wallace will start, and running back Trey Mason probably, but I don't think they make a bowl game. Somebody's calling my house phone. That always gets me off track. Matt Bortis says 2 questions. Who do you think will make the Final Four this year? And also, I was at the Florida/Kentucky game the other day, and unfortunately saw Nerlens Noel go down. Do you think it's time for NBA to get rid of the one and done requirement? The Final Four, man, it's hard for me to tell you, because I don't pay as much attention to basketball as I do football. But the Final Four is so wide open this year, because there's so many good teams. There's not about one elite team like there's been in years past, but there's so many good teams. So the playing field in the tournament is going to be so evenly spread that anybody can come out and surprise you, make the tournament. But if I had to make a Final Four prediction, let's go with Indiana, Michigan, Florida, and let's go with Syracuse. And then, do you think it's time for NBA to get rid of the one and done requirement? Let's see. I'm kind of back and forth on this. I think the reason why they should get rid of it is because the way they make a mockery of the educational system. I mean, a guy that's so good he goes to college for half a semester or a year and takes elective classes and goes on to the NBA. So there's not really a point, because if you're that good. But I mean, I can see where they come from to have the one and done deal. But man, there's so many things that pull me each way in this direction. But I know this is off topic on your question. So, do you think it's time to answer your question? Yes, I do think it's time they get rid of it. But let's see, where do I want to go with this? The off subject, the Jadeveon Clowney thing, man. Gosh, people are getting the way college sports is becoming. They're doing whatever they can. It's not about the college sports, which it used to be about. It's not about the college game. It's about in the future making money. Man, that's the most ridiculous thing in the world to hear somebody say that he should sit out a year of playing football while being on full scholarship to play football, being one of the best players and leaders on that team, the best player in all college football, to sit out a year just so he can make money in the future. He wants to play football. He's a football player. Stop. America is becoming a pansy nation, honestly, and it's ridiculous. And it's just not football. It's all kinds of things across the world. Everybody's just trying to play it safe and stop risking things, and it's ridiculous. I mean, to say the guy should sit out a year just so he could make money in the future. No, that I don't even go any farther. That's just makes me mad thinking about that, because it's just stupid. Somebody, I mean, if that's the case, man, don't drive, don't leave your room for 2 weeks, or I mean for the whole year. I mean, stupid. Anyways, moving on. Tulip Bobber 88 asks, "What are your religious views?" I'm a Christian, and I'm a Methodist. So, and also last question. Let's see. I'm gonna do my weekly guess. I'll say I'm at 19 minutes and 24 seconds. 26 minutes and 19 seconds. Wow. But last question, Mega UGA Dog asks, "Do you like Oreos?" I like Oreos, but they have been getting old lately, so I haven't ate Oreos in a long time. I used to bring Oreos with me every day to school, but they're old to me now. But one day I'll start liking Oreos again. They're good, but not Oreos every day. So that is it, guys. Thank you guys for watching my Friday questions and answers, episode 26. Please leave a question for next week's episode, and I'll answer it. So have a great day, guys. Roll Tide, go Sox, and go Titans to you. And I promise to you, hopefully, I'll have some pretty good videos coming out soon. Not of me talking, except I think my Titans. I think I'm going to do a Titans and Red Sox season preview. Oh, the Titans draft preview, sorry, and the Red Sox season preview on camera. But I think I have a few that I'm going to stick to just audio and having some pictures for my predictions and stuff. And you'll see. And then I have probably a month break coming up after that, but that's complicated. I'm doing a bunch of top 10 all-time countdowns for positions at sports. And honestly, completely honest, main goal, because stuff like that gets a lot of views on YouTube. I'm trying to build my channel, and it's the football season's over, and that's not happening as well as it was in football season. So if I can get videos like that out that actually get views for forever, like the videos I do for football season only get views during football season after the games happen. Like I was getting 8,000-9,000 views after when I was doing all the recap videos, prediction videos for the playoffs, for bowl games, and it was ridiculous. Most of my channels ever got any attention at all ever, and now those videos are getting like 5-10 views a day, and I'm getting like 2,000 views a day when opposed to like 9 and 10. That's a big difference. So I'm hoping I'll make videos like these that over time get maybe 100, maybe 50, 100, 200 views a day, and that'll help my channel grow. So that's that. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and as always, roll Tide, go Sox, and go Titans. I'll see you later.